Trying to shield it, but as he misses the ball, he catches the ankle. I think that's a tough call.
Derek Jones is dismissed on his return to Charlotte. He's been on the field only minutes.
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Matchday 6. I'm your host. Do I have to reveal my identity? Yes? Okay, it's Andrew Wiebe. No, this is Calen Carr, match analyst for MLS Season Pass. I'm going to take a look at the most consequential referee decisions in Major League Soccer. Let's do this. Let's start with Cincy versus New York City. FC Cincinnati's Kip Keller in the lineup in place of Miles Robinson away with the national team and looks to score his first ever goal in Major League Soccer. My man goes all out with the celly, and I was feeling good for him. But the offside wasn't called on Keller, who timed his run well. Instead, video review noticed that Lucho Acosta was offside on the pass before the pass from Kubo to Lucho. I believe this is clear and obvious error that wasn't flagged by the assistant referee, even though he is in the correct position. In the end, they got the right decision. Fast forward to the end of the match, Lucho Acosta doing Lucho things, mazing his way through the New York City back line. Good save from Matt Freese, and on the rebound, the ball seems to hit Tanasijevic on the right arm. Referee points to the spot, but video review recommends he goes to have another look at it, with the player's arm turning in a natural position for me. They overturn the penalty, which I think is the right decision. Cincy end up seeing 13 minutes of stoppage time for their second win in a row and their first one in MLS play at home this season. Let's go to downtown LA for what turned out to be a breakout performance for LAFC. Denny Bouanga dances through a crowd of Nashville defenders and looks to be brought down by Anunga. The play and pressure continues, and Palencia absolutely crushes this one on net. And it's just relentless pressure until Tillman gets that final touch on the ball before Washington does. Both are penalties for me. The referee opts for the foul on Tillman. Either way, the ball goes directly to the spot, and Bouanga gets his first of the season. Let's move to the 62nd minute, and this ridiculous curler of a pass with the outside of his right foot, no less, Ilie to Oliveira in behind. The ball teases and tails away from Willis, who comes off his line outside the box, and that right hand to me clearly makes contact outside of the box. That's dogso, right decision for the red card, and LAFC cruise to a 5-0 win at home. Now we head out to St. Louis, where in the 66th minute, Pompeu does well to get the touch, and Connor Entley swings in. Now credit to Pompeu for getting fouled and getting right back up. That St. Louis mentality, sometimes you get punished where you see players not getting the call or the credit for getting their way and continuing to fight through it, but credit to the video review for recommending it to being sent back to the spot. Let's go to Colorado in the 96th minute, level at home taking on Houston Dynamo. Long throw comes in from Keegan Rosenberry, and Maxu challenges for the header. Artur goes up for it, and Maxu immediately goes down to the ground. You can clearly see he has one hand holding his face and the other holding up for assistance. Play continues on though, with Colorado keeping the ball and serving it in, and then Houston wins it and immediately counters with Brad Smith finishing it to claim all 3 points for Houston on the road with the win. Ultimately, I would have loved to see the referee stop the play at the first sign of the head injury, but laying down on the ground have to be safe in these instances. It really is a difficult one. That's a tough pill to swallow. All right, let's move over to the match that was blowing up my mentions. Charlotte FC hosting defending MLS Cup champions Columbus Crew. In this first sequence, Vargas moves through to Ajiman, and the rebound off Bush falls to Arfield, who squares it across to Diakhe for the simple tap-in. This is one of the worst misses you will see all season, and after the ensuing scramble, Tavash puts it in the back of the net. Only problem is, the referee rightly spots the foul on Ajiman, who clips Darlington Nagbe before Tavash strikes it. The referee is in the perfect position and makes the correct decision. 18th minute, and Rudy Camacho is forced to exit through injury, and Derek Jones comes in for Columbus to face his former side in Charlotte. Just 7 minutes later, he turns in the midfield, tries to turn out of trouble, and down goes Diani. At first glance, I'm saying no chance this is a red. There's clearly no intent to hurt him, and he's still in possession. The problem for Jones is, intent isn't a part of the laws of the game. And the more you slow it down, the worse it looks. That's where the question of endangering the safety of the opponent comes in. And that's important. It's hard to say Diani isn't under serious risk of injury here. His ankle is in a scary position, and Jones's contact hits at the wrong moment just as he stretches and plants, which is why I think the red is given. Jones now has to step over the ball in order to take the ball with the outside of his foot to try to turn out, but takes a risk in doing so. Those fine margins of sharpness and timing for a substitute that's just entered the match make him miss this by inches. But in the end, once it goes to video review, the right decision. Now down a man and 10 minutes into first half added time, the ball goes back to Evan Bush, who plays the long diagonal to Afston in space, who does well to track this down. The cut back to Cucho is on, who takes it well on the bounce on the turf and thinks he has his 4th of the season, but no, wait. The referee is sent to the monitor to have a look, and I couldn't help but peek over his shoulder as well. It looks like the high end zone camera, which isn't a conventional angle to judge an offside, but when I look closer, the shades of turf are darker where the line of Charlotte FC defenders are located. Afston is clearly in a position advanced of that in the lighter areas. In the end, the referees used every available angle they had. I think they got this one right. So we're still in the first half, is that right? We're still here? Okay. Yeah, this half will never end. Charlotte build out, and Diarry plays another diagonal this time to a streaking Vargas. Two bodies coming together with Yeboah. For me, minimal contact. This is an incredibly soft penalty. And maybe in what you would describe as a ball don't lie situation, Tavash skies the pen, ending the half in the 62nd minute. Finally, Charlotte FC scored too late to beat the champs. And for me, that's the end of this episode. Thank you to my pair of producers, Phil Levanco and Rich Hernandez. I'm Calen Carr. Oh, and thank you to Andrew Wiebe. Somewhere on a beach somewhere, I hope, man. Thanks for the call up to you too, bro. And hope to see you guys soon. Somewhere. Catch us all season on MLS Season Pass. See you next time.